கேக்குதா?
கேக்குதே.
சரி, ஓகே.
ஹலோ சார்.
சார் மியூட்ல போட்டு எங்கேயாவது ஏதாவது பார்த்துட்டு
இல்லையே,
பண்ணிட்டு இருக்காங்க.
அன்மியூட்ல தான் இருக்காங்க.
இப்பதான் வந்திருக்காரு. ஹலோ சார், கேக்கல
சார், your voice is not audible. கைலாஷ் சார். ஹலோ சார். ஹலோ சார்.
தேவி மேம் கேட்கல போல அவருக்கு. அவர் ஏதோ ப்ராப்ளம் போல மைக் கனெக்ட் பண்றதுல.
ஓகே ஓகே.
ஃபோன் பண்ணி கேக்கட்டா? இல்ல கனெக்ட் ஆயிடுவாரா?
கனெக்ட் ஆயிடுவாரு. பிரச்சனை இல்ல.
சாமி சார் இன்னும் ஜாயின் பண்ணல.
இன்னும் 15 மினிட்ஸ் இருக்கு இல்லையா? ஜாயின் பண்ணிடுவாரு எப்படிவே.
சரி, ஓகே மேம். ஓகே மேம்.
Hello, sir. Sir, your voice is not audible. Kailash, sir.
தேவி மேம் ஏதாவது சொன்னீங்களா? ஹலோ
ஹலோ.
சொல்லுங்க மேம். தேவி மேம்.
கைலாஷ் சார், இப்ப ஆடிபிளா இருக்குது சார்.
மேடம் இப்ப கேக்குதுங்களா?
இப்ப கேக்குது சார், இப்ப கேக்குது.
ஓகே மேடம். ஓகே
ஓகே சார்.
ஓகே சார். மேம் ஆனா இன்னொரு ஐடி கூட இருக்குல்ல சாரோட கெஸ்ட்னு சொல்லிட்டு.
ரெண்டு இதுல இருந்து லாகின் பண்ணிருக்கேன் மேம்.
ஓகே சார், ஓகே சார். தேங்க்யூ.
ஹலோ மேடம்.
Yes,
ஓகே சார், ஓகே சார், ஓகே சார்.
ஓகே. இல்ல நடுவுல கொஞ்சம் வாய்ஸ் இதுவாச்சு. நான் அந்த இதுல இருந்து ப்ரொஜெக்ட் பண்றது இதுல இருந்து பண்ணிக்கிறேன் மேடம்.
ஓகே சார், நீங்க
ஸ்லைட்ஸ்
எதுனாலும்
ப்ரொஜெக்ட்
யூஸ்
பண்ணது.
பண்ணிக்கோங்க சார், ஒன்றும் பிரச்சனை இல்லை
ஓகே
சார்.
சார்,
எல்லாருக்குமே
ஓகே
வந்து
சார்.
கொடுத்துறோம், ஒன்றும் பெர்மிஷன் எல்லாருக்குமே இருக்குது, அதனால ப்ராப்ளம் வராது.
ஓகே மேடம். ஓகே. மேம் பார்ட்டிசிபென்ட்ஸ் ஜாயின் பண்ணனும், நீங்க கொஞ்சம் இன்டிமேட் பண்றீங்களா மேடம்?
இன்டிமேட் பண்றேன் சார், ஜாயின் பண்ணாலும் இன்டிமேட் பண்றேன் சார்.
அது ஒரு சின்ன ஒர்க் இருக்கு, அது மட்டும் நான் அப்படி பேரலா கண்டினியூ பண்ணிட்டு இருக்கேன். நீங்க வந்தோடனே எனக்கு, நான் வந்து லைன்லயே இருக்கட்டும், நீங்க வந்தோடனே எனக்கு கொஞ்சம் இன்டிமேட் பண்ணுங்க மேடம்.
ஓகே சார், ஷூர் சார். ஓகே.
ஹலோ மேடம், அனிதா மேடம்,
ஆ
அனிதா
சார் சொல்லுங்க சார். சார் கேக்குதா?
கேரியா
சாமி
வரவே
சார்.
இல்லை மேடம், என்ன பண்றது?
சொல்லலாம் சார். இன்ஃபார்ம்
ஆ,
பண்ணலாம்
ஆ.
சார். இன்ஃபார்ம் பண்ணியிருக்கு சார். குரூப்ல போட்டிருக்கோம் சார். நான் ஃபோன் பண்ணி சொல்லிட்டு இருக்கேன் சார். வருவாங்க சார்.
சரி சரி, ஓகே ஓகே, நானும் சொல்லிடுறேன் மேம்.
சரி.
மேம் அனிதா மேடம், அனிதா மேடம்,
சொல்லுங்க
அனிதா
சார்.
மேடம்.
ஹலோ.
ஓகே மேடம், நம்ம ஸ்டார்ட் பண்ணிடலாம் மேடம்.
ஸ்டார்ட் பண்ணிடலாமா சார்? ஓகே சார்.
கைலாஷ் சார், கைலாஷ் சார்.
சார் கைலாஷ் சார்.
மேடம்.
மேடம்.
ஓகே சார், ஸ்டார்ட் பண்ணிடலாம் சார்.
கைலாஷ் சார் ரெடியா சார்?
ஓகே மேம்.
ஓகே மேம். ஹெச்ஓடி மேம்.
தேவி மேடம்.
ஸ்கிரீன் விசிபிளா இருக்குங்களா?
தேவி மேடம்.
எஸ் சார், எஸ் சார். ஸ்கிரீன் விசிபிளா இல்ல சார்.
ஹலோ.
ஹலோ.
இல்ல
மேம்
சார்.
ஸ்லைடு
சார் ஸ்லைட் விசிபிளா இல்ல.
சார் ஸ்டார்ட் பண்ணிடுவா நானு. சார் அதுக்குள்ள அட்ஜஸ்ட் பண்ணிட்டு வரட்டும் அந்த ஸ்கிரீன்ஸ் எல்லாம். ஸ்கிரீன் ஹலோ.
ஹலோ.
தேவி மேம். ஸ்டார்ட் பண்ணவா?
மேம் கிட்ட கேட்டுக்கலாம்.
சார்
1 மினிட் மேம் வராங்களான்னு கேட்டுக்கலாம். 1 மினிட்.
ஓகே.
தேவி மேடம் பேசுறது கேக்குதா?
எஸ்
தேவி
சார்.
மேடம். எஸ் மேடம், ஸ்டார்ட் பண்ணிடலாம் மேடம்.
1 மினிட்
மேம்.
மேம் கிட்ட கேட்டுக்கிறேன்.
யார்கிட்ட?
ஹெச்ஓடி மேம் கிட்ட சார்.
சரி கேளுங்க கேளுங்க.
அனிதா மேம் ஸ்டார்ட் பண்ணலாம்.
ஸ்டார்ட் பண்ணுங்க மேம். கைலாஷ் சார் ரெடியா சார்? கைலாஷ் சார்.
ஓகே
கைலாஷ் சார். கைலாஷ் சார்.
சார் இன்ட்ரோடக்ஷன் கொடுப்போம் சார். சார் ஜாயின் பண்ணிப்பாரு சார்.
சரி மேம்.
சார் எஸ் சார், ரெடி சார்.
ஓகே ஓகே. நீ ஷேர் பண்றீங்களா ஏதோ?
ஸ்லைடு இப்போ ஷேர் பண்ணிருந்தேன். ஆக்சுவலா அது உங்களுக்கு விசிபிள் ஆச்சான்னு தெரியல.
ஆகலையே.
ஆகல சார். இட் இஸ் நாட் விசிபிள்.
ஓகே.
ஷேர் பண்ணிருங்க.
ரீஷேர்
ஷேர் பண்ணிருங்க. உடனே முடிச்சனா டக் டக்னா அப்படியே பேசலாம்.
சார் ஸ்கிரீன் ஷேரிங் டிசேபிள்ட்னு வருது சார் எனக்கு.
சார் அனிதா மேடம். அனிதா மேடம்.
சார் சார் சொல்லுங்க.
அவங்க பிபிடி உங்கள்ட்ட வாங்கி என்ன நீங்க ஷேர் பண்ணி விடுங்க. இல்ல எனக்கே அனுப்புங்க.
சார் இருங்க சார். என்னோட சிஸ்டம்ல இல்ல, நான் போன்ல கனெக்ட் ஆயிருக்கேன். ஒரு நிமிஷம் இருங்க சார். சார் இல்ல நீங்க சார் வாங்கிக்கிறீங்களா சார் அப்படியே? ஏன்னா ஆப்ஷன் வந்து எவ்ரிஒன் தான் இருக்கு. அது ஏன் ஆகலன்னு தெரியல சார். ஆனா எவ்ரிஒன் தான் இருக்கு. பிரசன்ட் வந்து எவ்ரிஒன் தான் சார் இருக்கு ஆப்ஷன்ல. ஒரு நிமிஷம் சார். இப்போ இன்னொரு வாட்டி ட்ரை பண்ணி பாருங்க சார்.
இல்ல
கைலாஷ் சார்.
கெஸ்ட்க்கு
வரேன் மேம்.
கெஸ்ட் ஆப்ஷன் இல்லையா?
இல்ல மேம் கெஸ்ட் எல்லாத்துக்குமே எவ்ரிஒன் தான் மேம் கொடுத்துருக்கேன். செக் பண்ணலாம். இப்போ செக் பண்ணா தெரியும். மேபி வரதுக்கு சான்சஸ் இருக்கு. ஆப்ஷன்ஸ் மாத்திருக்கேன்.
ஒன் செகண்ட்.
ஓகே சார். சார் பண்ண முடியுதா சார்? கைலாஷ் சார்.
சார் நான் பிபிடி எனக்கு அனுப்புறீங்களா சார்? கைலாஷ் சார்.
சார் உங்களுக்கு இப்போ ஃபார்வர்ட் பண்றேன் சார்.
எதுல போட்டிருக்கீங்க?
உங்க ஜிமெயிலுக்கு அனுப்பிச்சிட்டேன் சார். சார் ஓகேவா சார்?
சார் ஒன்றும் வரலைங்க சார். கைலாஷ் சார் என்ன அது
சார் செக் பண்ணேன் சார். நான் சென்ட் பண்ணேன். ஒன் செகண்ட் சார்.
ஓகே தேவி மேடம். அனிதா மேடம். தேவி மேடம்.
சார் சொல்லுங்க சார். ஸ்டார்ட் பண்ணிடுறேன் சார்.
அனிதா மேடம்.
சார் சொல்லுங்க சார். கேக்குதா? ஹலோ ஹலோ.
ஆடியபிள் தான்.
அனிதா மேடம். தேவி மேடம்.
எஸ் சார்.
ஓகே. எனக்கு பிபிடி வந்துருச்சு. நான் ஷேர் பண்றேன் பாருங்க. ஷேர் பண்ணா தெரியுதா?
ஷேர் பண்ணிட்டீங்களா சார்?
ஒரு நிமிஷம். பண்ணியாச்சு. தெரியுதா?
எஸ் சார்.
ஓகே சார்.
ஓகேம்மா ப்ரொசீட் பண்ணலாம் மேடம்.
ஓகே சார்.
கைலாஷ் சார்.
சார்.
ஓகே சார். உங்களுக்கு தெரியுதா?
ஓகே.
உங்களுக்கு பிபிடி தெரியுதா?
ஓகே சார். ஓகே.
ஓகே. சரி. அடுத்த மேடம் ஸ்டார்ட் பண்ணலாம்.
Okay, sir. Okay, sir. Thank you, sir. Good evening. A very warm welcome to you all gathered here. It gives me an immense pleasure to extend my very warm welcome on behalf of the Department of Computer Science and Engineering, SRM Valliyamma Engineering College, in association with the Center of Excellence on Cloud Computing, presents workshop on installing and operating Madhut. We are periodically conducting this kind of events on behalf of Center of Excellence on Cloud Computing for the past 2 years. In our department, we own our private cloud servers specifically to handle cloud projects. Student can also access and utilize the server for their projects. So I would like to request Dr. A. Samidurai sir to present the welcome address. Sir, over to you, sir. Sami sir.
Okay, thank you, ma'am.
Thank you, sir.
Greeting to one and all. It is giving me a tremendous content to be presenting the welcome speech amongst the most esteemed personality. I would like to express my heartiest gratitude to the management, our principal Dr. B. Sidambarajan, Vice Principal Dr. M. Murugan, our department head Dr. B. Vanati ma'am, for the constant support. I extended my gratitude to my beloved faculty friends, and all programmers, all of you who are sincerely committed to this event to make it successful. On behalf of our department, I welcome our guest speaker of this session, Sri A. Kailas, Principal Investigator, Principal Investigator in CTAC, Center for Development Advanced Computing, Chennai, which is one of the most renowned institution functioning under the Government of India. He is working towards connecting youngest mind to strive towards success and achievement. We are grateful to him for accepting our invitation and becoming a guest speaker of the today's event. The topic discussed for today seminar is installing and operating Madhut on academic cloud computing of the CTAC. So cloud computing is a global reality now. The cloud infrastructure support environment proactive powering virtual services rather than physical product and hardware, and cutting down the paper wastage, so improve the energy efficiency, and reducing the commuter related emission. The workshop standard as an evidence of the cloud computing. Through this workshop, an individual is given a platform to identify and the significant features of the Madhut, gain understanding on how to install and operate with and enrich your practical knowledge on cloud computing. I ensure the workshop will be fruitful and fruitful for everyone present here. Thank you one and all. Thank you, sir. Kailash sir, over to you.
Yes, sir. Yeah, thank you. Thank you, sir.
Oh, yes, sir.
So, I'll just start the session. So actually this slide is not the introduction to cloud. It is all about how to install a cloud. So we'll move on to the directly to the slides without much introduction to cloud part. So in the slide you see enterprise IT environment. So there we have a lot of boxes. So the conventional IT environment, it has got network at the base layer. So there are 3 columns: network, which is internal network, and external network as the base layer. On top of that, you have servers and storage. On top of that, you have software platform, followed by application with data and database. So whatever be the domain verticals like banking, agriculture, healthcare, education, e-governance, whatever it is, if they want to computerize their operations, they have to position all these components in their environment, of which the core components starts with network, server storage, software platform, application, and database. These are the core components required to computerize any department or any organization. And the other 2 columns at the left and right are supporting components like operation, maintenance, management, backup with disaster recovery, security, the support services, manpower for both IT and non-IT components. So the manpower for IT components here refers to the network, server, storage, whatever related to the computer science domain or IT, information technology domain, is the core IT component. And non-IT components is the power, like how do you power your server, storage, network equipments, like switches, routers, and all that. Cooling factors. So your servers will be continuously running to control the heat in the servers. You need to have a proper cooling mechanism, humidity control system, everything has to be in place. So that is also required to make your IT environment stable, and followed by a civil structure. So the civil structure involves the server rooms, the server room area with proper security mechanism, fireproof systems, soundproof rooms. So all that comes under civil structure. So everything has to be managed and maintained by any organization who wants to computerize their operations. But when they are doing this, they need to spend a lot on a lot of investment is required on setting up this IT and non-IT components, right? Because, for example, a banking sector, a small startup bank will be there who wish to computerize their operations. So they need to establish all these components. But their core area of expertise is on banking system, not on the IT sector. So if they are investing a lot on the IT sector, then they will be not focusing much on their own techniques, like banking techniques, improving the banking techniques and banking systems and all that. So to avoid this, people are moving into cloud environment. Next slide. So people are moving into cloud environment. There, if you see all these components, whatever we have, like whatever you have seen as the enterprise IT components. So everything is moved to a remote service provider location, and a user sitting at one end with any network enabled device like laptops, mobiles, whatever it is, he gets connected to the cloud, which is maintained by a remote service provider. So this is as far as the user is concerned. But when it comes to the cloud administrator or cloud service provider, it is his responsibility to set up this application database, to set up the software platform, to set up the server, storage, the networks. So everything has to be managed and maintained by the cloud service providers or service administrators. So here, the biggest challenge as far as cloud environment is concerned is how do you set up this environment, set up all these components, starting from network, server, storage, software platform, applications, database, and doing the operation maintenance, management, periodic backup, disaster recovery, security. So all these are a big challenge when it comes to establishing a cloud, because if it is only for a single organization, then you will have a limited number of servers. So with the limited number of servers and limited storage and limited network, yes, you can easily manage the cloud environment. So manage the normal IT environment. But whereas when it comes to cloud, there will be 100 number of servers at 10 different locations or 20 different locations. One setup may be in Chennai, other setup may be in Bangalore and multiple cities. And apart from that, there will be 100 number of users, different users. So you need to manage everything. So how do you manage all this stuff? So this is what I will just give you an overview in the coming slides. During the early stages of cloud, when you want to establish a cloud, manage and operate a cloud environment, So across all these boxes, all these layers, you need to set up everything individually, and management, maintenance, and operation, you need to do it individually. But now, with artificial intelligence, machine learning techniques, data analytics, and all these techniques, cloud administration or cloud management has become quite simple and easy to manage and easy to operate.
Sir, correct
There are
about
two-
slide boda sir. Evaluation of computing.
Yes, sir.
Slide.
Yes, sir, yes, sir.
End slide sir pa.
Sir, slide number 3, sir.
Slide number. Okay.
Okay. So here, if you see artificial intelligence or machine learning, that will be deployed on top of cloud for any applications. For example, IoT application or banking applications or healthcare applications. For that, you use artificial intelligence, machine learning, data analytics, and all that. And here, hello, sir.
sir சொல்லுங்க.
Slide disconnect ஆன மாதிரி இருக்கு. டிஸ்ப்ளேல இருக்குல்ல சார் ஸ்லைடு?
இருக்கு சார். யாருக்கா தெரியல? தேவி மேடம். தேவி மேடம் அனிதா மேடம்.
Visible sir.
Visible. Okay.
Okay. Introduction
for next என்ன டாபிக் வருதா சொல்லுங்க கரெக்ட்டா. உங்களுக்கு அது தெரியலையா
ஓகே.
ஓகே சார்.
ஓகே. இல்ல இப்போ எனக்கு வந்து ஸ்லைடு இப்போ டிஸ்ப்ளே வந்துச்சு சார். ஓகே.
உங்களால பண்ண முடியாது இல்லையா?
ஆமா சார்.
வாட் இஸ் கிளவுட் அதானே?
Next slide.
Okay sir, proceed.
So see, artificial intelligence, machine learning are few platform deployed. Now it is offered as a service. Artificial intelligence as a service, machine learning as a service on top of cloud. But the same artificial intelligence, machine learning techniques are now used for managing the cloud. So for example, server storage is there. When you go Chennai, you will have some 100 number of servers. In Bangalore location, you will have storage. Servers will be in one location. Storage will be in another location. And management unit like monitoring services, that will be in some other location. So to manage all this, now these days, artificial intelligence, machine learning, all these techniques are used. So if you want to establish a perfect cloud environment, you need to have all these components. So next slide, sir.
Okay.
So this is just how cloud has started. In 1969 itself, the cloud, it was picturized like cloud services will be offered as utilities. All the computer services will be offered as utilities. So with this base, earlier it was only infrastructure, platform, and software as a service offered in a cloud. But now, due to advancement in the technologies, as I said, like artificial intelligence, machine learning, high performance computing, so all that are being offered as a service. Sir, next slide, sir. Evolution of cloud. So the cloud evolution can be split into 3 parts. One is with hardware side, other is with network, and third is from the software side. So all this advancements has joined or has merged to form something called cloud computing. Sir, next slide, sir. Types of cloud. So here, whatever be the types of cloud, so it can be either a public cloud or a private cloud or a hybrid cloud environment. The method of setting up the cloud is the same. That is, you need to have all the components that we have shown in the second and third slides. So that is starting from network, server, storage, application, softwares, all the other security management services. So everything has to be deployed. So the process of setting up the cloud is same, whether it is a public cloud or a hybrid cloud. It is with the 10 number of servers or 100 number of servers, or even with a single server, you can set up a cloud. The installation configuration procedure is the same. So that I'll explain in the coming slide. So next slide. So as I said, the basic 3 services: infrastructure, software, and platform as a service. You can see, like comparing with the first component that you have seen here, for infrastructure as a service, the servers, storage, and network, all these are under the control of users. that is service consumers, whoever is accessing the cloud. Whereas the other components are under the control of cloud service provider. Next, in the next slide, if you see platform as service, there you have the software platform. It is under the control of service user, whereas other services are under the control of service providers. Next slide, software as a service. If you see, only the application and database is under the control of users, whereas the other components are under the control of service providers. In case of infrastructure as a service, you have server, storage, and network under the control of user. On top of that, he can deploy any software or any platform, any application user can deploy there. So if you see, whatever be the type of service offered, the supporting services, manpower, power, cooling, civil structure management, operation maintenance, backup, security, everything remains the same. So we'll see how to deploy a cloud environment with this standard components. In the next slide, the roles of cloud. Here, if you see, there are two roles. Primary role is service provider and service consumers. Like simple example, you register with Amazon Web Services Cloud, AWS. He is a service provider, and you register with him and you take the cloud service, access it. So you are the service consumer. Whereas if it comes to secondary roles, there are multiple roles sitting at the back end of service providers. So for service consumer, at the back end, there is only end user. Like let's take simple example. There is a bank like State Bank who has deployed their application in a cloud. State Bank is a service consumer, and people who are customers of State Bank are end users. Whereas on the other side, service provider side, you have a lot of roles like cloud solution provider, cloud auditors, cloud business administrators, the cloud security administrator. So likewise, you have multiple roles, and there is one role who acts as an intermediate component between service provider and service consumer. That is called the cloud broker. It can be both a manual person who do this cloud broker role, or it can be an automated service, like how we have certain software service. The cloud broker can be a software component. You as a consumer, you go to broker and you say that these are your requirements. For example, big companies like State Bank of India, big concern, who want to deploy their application, entire application in a cloud. So they will just simply pass on their requirement to the cloud broker. And cloud broker, either manually as a person or a software, will search and find which is the best service suitable for you. It can also be the other case, like infrastructure as a service will be taken from one service provider, platform from other service provider, and storage from other service provider. And all this will be integrated by the cloud broker, and that will be passed on to the service consumer. That will be passed on to you so that you can use the integrated service. So this is otherwise called as cloud interoperability and cloud federation. So this is another important development area in cloud computing. And these days, this cloud broker is gaining more popularity because there are a lot of cloud service providers coming up, and there are a lot of requirements for the service from the service consumer end. So there is a enormous gap where consumer cannot find appropriate service providers, and service providers cannot fulfill every single request of service consumers because request is very huge. It has got huge number of specifications. So the cloud broker is gaining more popularity. Next area where there is more popularity is with the cloud auditors. Like how we have financial auditors, there is system auditors or IT security auditors who are there who come and visit your data centers, your servers, and inspect, and they come out with the audit certificates. So that is for security audit or IT infrastructure. That is server, storage, and network audit. But these days, there is lot of audit demand for cloud auditors. Next slide, sir. So here the cloud center approach. Here you can see like multiple servers are interconnected. On top of that, you have a virtualization layer and your application and database are deployed there. So I'll just explain you what is virtualization. So before moving into cloud, we need to have a basic understanding of what is virtualization all about, because virtualization is the base for cloud environment. The cloud environment offers everything as a service, infrastructure, platform, software, everything is offered as a service. And for offering everything as a service, virtualization is the backbone. So every component is virtualized and offered as a service. So cloud means everything offered as service. For offering service, you need virtualization technique. So the virtualization technique, what it does is it virtually split the underlying component into multiple pieces, combines it and offers it as a service. So next slide, sir. The difference between a conventional environment, virtualized environment, is that in a normal environment, either it be laptop, desktop, or servers, you have a hardware with the processor, memory, storage, and network components. So on top of that, you'll be having an operating system, and you'll be deploying your applications. This is on a normal laptops, desktops, or server scenario. Whereas in a cloud environment, what you do is the same hardware, same desktops or laptops or things, you take and you virtualize into multiple pieces. That is, you split this processor into multiple pieces, memory into multiple pieces, the storage into multiple pieces, and network into multiple pieces. So all the split up components are combined together and offered as a service. So the software that splits this component into multiple pieces is called hypervisor. There are multiple hypervisors available, like commercial components for which you need to purchase license and install, or multiple free and open source tools available, like how you have Linux, like Red Hat Linux is there, which is a licensed component. On the other hand, you have Ubuntu kind of Linux, which is a freeware. Same way, for hypervisor, there are multiple free and open source components available. So the functionality of hypervisor is to do virtualization. So virtualization means splitting the processor into multiple pieces, memory into multiple pieces, storage and network into multiple pieces, combining it and creating it as a service. So service, infrastructure as a service, is offered in the terms of virtual machines. So the virtual machine will have one operating system, virtual memory, the split up memory, RAM is virtual memory. The split up network part is called virtual network. Split up storage part is virtual storage here. And virtual processor, the split up processor part is called virtual processor. So this combined individual components are offered as a service. So now this virtual machine is called infrastructure as a service. So only with the hypervisor, that is the virtualization software, you can offer infrastructure as a service. Same way for offering platform as service or software as service, the underlying application is split into multiple pieces or software split into multiple pieces and offered as service. But on top of this, you have one important tool called middleware. The middleware is the important component that brings in the required cloud functionalities, like the properties of cloud, which includes elasticity, metering, pay-per-use model, dynamic provisioning, so efficient resource utilization. So all that are brought in by the cloud middleware. So on top of this virtualization layer, you install a component called cloud middleware. With the installation of cloud middleware, your entire operations is completely automated. That is, the creating this virtualizing the processor, memory, storage, network into multiple pieces, combining it and creating a virtual machine, assigning IP address, username, password, offering it to users. So everything is completely automated by the cloud middleware. The next slide, VM lifecycle. So here if you see the life cycle of virtual machine, a user to create a virtual machine and to access it, user request is passed on. User request is taken by the hypervisor or the cloud middleware, and the request is provisioned. That is, the request is processed and the virtual machine is created. And in the virtual machine, an operating system will be installed, because in the previous slide, within the virtual machine, you have one operating system. So one operating system will be installed and the machine starts, it is running. So where user will be doing all the required operations. And once the operation is completed, day-to-day activity. Once the operation is completed, VM is shut down. And next day, the user comes in, starts the operating system. Virtual machine will be running, you will be using it. So this is day-to-day operations. Once this activity is completed, the VM is destroyed and deleted. So once deleted, the virtual memory, virtual storage, virtual network, whatever is occupied, so that will be freed. So that next user, whoever wants that space, wants that virtual machine space, a new virtual machine will be created and that will be provided to the second user. So this is the entire virtual machine life cycle with only the hypervisor or virtualization software. All this process you have to do manually, like provisioning request. 100 servers are there. You need to manually find out where free space is available. So next is you need to manually create a VM, manually install operating system. All that has to be done manually by the cloud administrator. Whereas with the installation of middleware or the cloud software, this entire process is completely automated. So next slide, virtualization taxonomy. There, if you see, virtualization is split into two components. One is hardware virtualization and the other is software virtualization. So hardware virtualization offers infrastructure as a service, and software virtualization offers both platform as a service, infrastructure as a service. So apart from that, with the help of thin clients, you will be accessing virtual desktop infrastructure. So where the individual desktop machines or only the desktop service is split into multiple pieces. And with the same operating system, same machine, multiple users can parallelly access the machines with thin clients. So that is virtual desktops. So under hardware, you have processor and memory virtualization. That is your processor, your RAM, and storage. Local storage is the storage directly attached to that particular server or laptop or desktops. External storage is any additional storage like SAN, NAS kind of storage or external hard disk, whatever it is, when you attach it to that particular machine where you are virtualizing, that is extended storage. So internal network is, in the diagram you would have seen, within that same server, multiple virtual machines will be running. So whatever happens within that particular system, that is internal network virtualization. So what actually the process that happens is, you have a single network interface card, single IP address, which is assigned to your server, but you are running 4 virtual machines in a server. So here what happens is, 4 virtual machines will have 4 different IP addresses. But when data comes out of that server, when the data packets come out of that server, it will be through a single network card. So 4 machines connected to the same network card, but there should not be any overlapping. If overlapping is there, there are chances of network hacking and all that can happen. So to avoid that, in a safe and secure mode, there is an internal network virtualization process that happens. So that is internal network virtualization. And external network is from your server to your, that is from the cloud server to your desktop machines. Through a laptop, you are accessing your cloud environment. So from your laptop to your cloud server, how do you get connected securely? So that is external network virtualization. Like methods includes like VPN, tunneling, overlay networks. So all these are external network virtualizations. So now the advancement in cloud is with this network virtualization approach, where something called software defined networking and network function virtualization. So all that has come in, which has made multiple advancements like automation, more secure way of this particular network virtualization. The next slide, cloud layers. So just a recap of the first slide. So at the bottom layer, you have a hardware. On top of that, you have virtualization layer. On top of that, you have middleware layer and services layer. At both the ends, you have management and security layer. So if you want to have your own cloud, either it can be a public cloud or private cloud, you want to install a cloud environment, you need to have all these components in place. As I said, there are multiple tools like commercial tools and free and open source tools. If you take either commercial or open source tools, you need to install the components layer wise. Like first you need to take any laptop, desktop or servers. On top of that, you need to install the virtualization tool, that is hypervisors. So commercial hypervisors like VMware's components or Microsoft's Hyper-V, all these components are there. Free and open source components like KVM, Zen, VirtualBox, so all these are there. So which you have to install. On top of that, you have something called cloud middleware. So the cloud middleware is now, as I said, the core component that brings in all the required cloud functionalities. So the middleware example, again, commercial part, you have VMware components or Microsoft's Azure components, IBM's Bluemix, like that, multiple components are there. And the free and open source side, the most popular and widely used tool software is OpenStack. So I'll just run through what is OpenStack all about. On top of that, you have services layer and you have security and management layers. So you need to install multiple security tools. Security tools for securing your server, storage, network, securing operating system, application security, database security. So the virtualization and middleware tool security. So everything has across all the layers, all the components, you need to have security tools. The management components include the functions like monitoring, metering, backup, service level agreement management, user profile management. So all that comes under the functions of cloud management. So since it will be difficult for the administrators, cloud service providers to select multiple tools and install it, that is combine it and install it on a single system, reconfigure it, integrate it and test it. So this is a hectic task. So what we have done is we have taken multiple free and open source tools across all these layers. We have combined it and we are giving it as a single installable package. So that is called Megdut, which is CDAC's free and open source solution, because this project is funded by Ministry of Electronics and IT, Government of India, for developing this particular product. So we have developed the Megdut Cloud as a product which contains all these components like security components, monitoring component, virtualization, middleware, and this is mainly based on OpenStack. And we are offering it as free and open source cloud environment as a cloud suite, and this is deployed in multiple locations like here Tamil Nadu State Data Center or Reserve Bank agencies, in defense sector like Indian Army and Indian Defense Forces, and multiple academic institutions here at your institution and at multiple locations. this is installed. So next slide, the constituents of cloud. If you want to set up a cloud, you need to have all these components. Whatever I explained in the earlier slide, like cloud servers, storage, network, virtualization tools, so middleware components, so everything has to be installed and everything has to be managed. So next slide, cloud in a data center. So you want to establish a perfect production cloud. This is the hierarchy of establishing a cloud environment. Again, the expansion of that the layers of cloud. At the bottom, you have compute and storage. On top of that, you have an operating system. This, preferably, it should be a Linux operating system. On top of that, you should have a hypervisor and you have middleware. On top of that, you have multiple virtual machines in server number 1. Same way, this will be replicated to multiple servers. And servers can be any number of servers located in any location, like 5 servers in Chennai, 20 servers in Trichy, 30 servers in Bangalore, and only storage in Delhi. So like that also you can position the environment and you can set up a cloud. And all this distributed setup can be managed by a cloud middleware. That is sitting at a centralized location, you have something called a cloud controller. So this controller will control all the servers. And on top of that server, you will be creating virtual machines. And these virtual machines are offered as a service. That is specifically infrastructure as a service to your users. So next slide. So as I said, Meghdoot Cloud Suite is by CDAC Chennai is an integrated cloud which comprises of OpenStack. So next slide. Again, cloud architecture. So across all the layers, we have the components, free and open source components, which is integrated, and with our value additions, with our development efforts, we have deployed it. And again, since funded by the government, we are offering it as free component. So you can take this component, you can download it, and you can deploy it. Within some hours, you will have your own cloud environment running on your laptops or desktops or on servers. So next slide. So CDAC Chennai collaboration with the OpenStack Foundation. So CDAC Chennai is the OpenStack authorized integration partner, system integrator, consultation partner, and training partner in Asia Pacific region. As a part of this, we offer certain certification programs, like how you have other certifications like VMware certified, Microsoft certified. Same way here, CDAC being the authorized training partner with OpenStack, we offer these certification programs. 3 certifications: OpenStack Administrator, OpenStack Integrator, and OpenStack Solution Architect, which are basic, intermediate, and advanced levels. So finally, the services on cloud. So next slide. The services on cloud. So we have the the services, our cloud our services on cloud involves like the installation of cloud, that is setting up a cloud, consultation, design, development, training. So all these services are being offered. So next slide. So now the advancements in cloud is moving towards something called third platform technologies. So which includes the combination of social computing, mobile computing, data analytics, and everything sits on top of cloud. So now our development efforts are focusing towards this third platform technologies on top of this OpenStack. So next slide. Predictions, will just skip that. And Cloud Security Alliance survey on IT professionals. Next slide. So where they are saying like there is a huge demand for cloud professionals, that too on cloud security, there is huge demand. So next slide. The market value of OpenStack. So by IDC, International Data Corporation, they say that OpenStack is actually OpenStack is a software which is released by OpenStack Foundation. So this OpenStack has got has got a huge market value. So next slide. OpenStack. So OpenStack is a cloud middleware, the core component of the cloud, also called as the brain of cloud. So as I said, all the artificial intelligence and machine learning, so all that is brought into this particular middleware for enhancing the cloud functionalities, that is enhancing the cloud operations, management, maintenance. So the latest technology is brought in. So the functionality includes like orchestration, scheduling, coordinating the resources, provisioning user requests, and all that is done with the help of this OpenStack component. So as I just run through the services, you will come to know what are all the services in OpenStack. So next slide, what is OpenStack? So OpenStack is basically called as a cloud operating system because it has got enormous number of services, and it is completely an open source tool, openly designed, openly developed by an open community. So here, this is one of the main important significant future of this OpenStack is that multiple OpenStack community people, that is multiple developers, freelancers, they join together to design and develop every version of OpenStack. So, next slide, history of OpenStack. It started as a research project, and then it is transformed as a product. And by 2014, over 200 companies are joined together, and they have strengthened this OpenStack foundation. And now you can, I'll just show you the statistics of the current strength of this OpenStack foundation. Anybody can become a member of this OpenStack foundation because it is free to join. Like how you have Linux community or Android developers community, in OpenStack community is a free community where people can join together and they can very well contribute to this this development of the OpenStack cloud middleware. So next slide, OpenStack significance. So it is one of the top 3 most active open source projects, and it is the fastest growing open source community in the world. Sir, next slide, sir. The OpenStack Foundation. So as I said, the OpenStack Foundation is the name of the community who is responsible for design and development of the OpenStack components. And every 6 months, there will be an open infrastructure summit, like how we have multiple conferences and meetings. It will be both physical and virtual online meetings will be there, where more than 20,000 developers will join together. And there they will decide, plan the next release of next version of OpenStack. What are all the features, functionalities to be included, components to be developed, how it has to be done. So everything is decided in that open infrastructure summit. Even if you don't want to be a contributor, just as a spectator, you can register with the OpenStack community, and you can contribute. You can listen to what is happening in the OpenStack in the entire cloud domain. Also, you can have a knowledge update on the OpenStack tools. So next slide. So as of date, you have almost 700 companies from 187 countries and 15,000 individual members supporting this OpenStack design and development. And you have more than 115,000 code contributors or freelancers for contributing to OpenStack. So next slide. The releases of OpenStack, as you see, starting from 2010 till date, the releases are named in alphabetical order, and every 6 months once a new version of OpenStack is getting released. And this new version is not a simple update. It has got multiple features and functionalities, like for every individual version. In version number 1, it has got support for say big data analytics. Then version number 2 will have a framework for Internet of Things. Version number 3 will have support for software-defined networking. So like that, everything will be designed and developed in 6 months time frame. So whatever be the latest version, so whatever be the latest technology that will be available in the latest version of OpenStack. So that is the power of OpenStack community. So next slide. The components of OpenStack. So it has got these many components. The component map of OpenStack is this. So each and every component has got its own functionality. Like web frontend is offered by Horizon, and the APIs is offered by EC2 components. So like that, compute service is offered by Nova, networking by Neutron. SDN stands for software defined networking, as I said. The Neutron is the OpenStack component that offers SDN functionality. Nova is the OpenStack component that offers the virtual machine functionalities. So like that, you have got multiple components. Sir, next slide. Components of OpenStack. So here you can see the list of components. Under compute, you have got 3 components. Under hardware lifecycle, you have got 2 components. Under storage, you have got 3 components. So, sir, next slide. In that, you see compute. Under compute, you have got these many services. These are not actually cloud service, direct cloud service. These are controlling services. With these controlling services, you will be creating infrastructure as a service, platform as a service, software as a service, and you will be offering it to your users. So like that, in the next slide, if you see storage, backup, and recovery, these many services, controlling services are available. Same way for networking and content delivery, these many services are available. So like, as I said, for networking, you have Neutron service. If you are interested in big data analytics, for offering data analytics as a service, and data analytics within the cloud environment, you've got 3 services available. Same way for security, identity, and compliance within OpenStack, you've got these many services. And finally, if you want to have more details, you can directly go to openstack.org, where you can get registered with the OpenStack community, and you can have a more detailed description of each and every service and its functionalities. So here, if you are taking direct OpenStack and setting up your cloud environment, it will be like having your at every layer you need to take multiple components. You need to install it as a layer-wise component and integrate it. But what CDAC we have done is we have just taken this core OpenStack component with our value additions. We have integrated it and we are offering it as a single tool. So that the same OpenStack, whatever is available, the core OpenStack, that functionality should be available to you. Whereas that will not have any additional features for virtualization or for the monitoring and things. But here in our free and open source solutions, that additional components is available, right? So just try out either to set up your cloud. You can try on your laptops or desktops. With a minimum of say 8 GB RAM and 250 GB storage space and minimum 4 core processors. Like even with i3 processor, you can have or you can set up your own cloud environment and see how it is working. So to begin with, you can start either with the core OpenStack, or you can directly download our component and you can try out your own cloud environment. Right? So any doubts?
Students, if you're having any doubts, ask your doubts.
So better try with free and open source. If you want to try your own cloud environment, try with free and open source tools. And if you're interested more on the development of cloud and stuff, I was in the slides, I have shown you multiple OpenStack tools. So OpenStack services, controlling services. So focus on any one of the service and do a small development. Even for your projects, you can take any one of the service. You can do some small improvement and you can contribute it back to the community. That is, your project can be contributed back to OpenStack community. And once you contribute back to community, you will receive a letter of appreciation. And in the OpenStack page or on the OpenStack release, your name will get listed. Like if you have seen like Adobe Photoshop or other tools, while opening Photoshop itself, in the opening screen, you will see some 40-50 names getting displayed. Those are the names of the developers. So like that in the OpenStack version, even if it is a small contribution, so that will be recognized and your name will get listed in the OpenStack community page. And you will have a page, specific page like how we have our LinkedIn pages and other stuff, social media pages. You will have a page getting displayed for you in OpenStack Foundation site. So you can just have with your number, unique number, you can just go there and you can see what is the effectiveness of your contribution. Not only you, the entire world can see your contributions. Okay, so any doubts in this?
Sir, எந்த slide sir வைக்கட்டும்? Last slide.
Last slide, sir. Last slide.
OpenStack resource okay, sir?
Yes, sir. If you have doubts, you can refer here for more materials. Okay.
Ma'am?
Yes, sir.
Sir?
Yes.
சொல்லுங்க சார்.
Ma'am?
Yes, students, if you have
yes.
any doubts, clarify your doubts here. Otherwise, we'll wind up the session here.
Teja,
Sir, thank you very
Teja,
much.
any doubt? Sir, our cloud, now the cloud இருக்குல்ல சார், மேக்குத் வள்ளியமில் இருக்குல்ல சார்.
Yes, sir.
அதை வச்சு ஏதாவது ப்ராஜெக்ட் பண்ண முடியுமா சார்? இப்போ ஏதாவது எனி ப்ராஜெக்ட்?
சார் நான் அதை செக் பண்ணேன் சார். இப்போ ஆக்சுவலா அது கிளவுட் வந்து அது நமக்கு திருப்பி கொஞ்சம் அப்டேட் பண்ணணும் சார்.
இப்போ ஓகே,
அதை அப்டேட் பண்ணிட்டு டெஸ்ட் பண்ணிடுவோம் சார். டெஸ்ட் பண்ணிட்டா ஸ்டூடெண்ட்ஸ் அதிலேயே ப்ராஜெக்ட் டைரக்டா பண்ணிடலாம் சார்.
ஓகே ஓகே, சரிங்க சார். ஓகே சார். மேம், தேவி மேடம்.
Yes, sir.
ஓகே, வேற நோ டவுட்ஸ். தேஜா, கார்த்திகேயன், கிரண் குமார், ரமேஷ், மோகன் பிரியா, நவீன்.
If you're having any doubts, interact with resource person.
Sweta.
Sir.
Yes, ask any doubt.
Sir, கேக்குதா?
கேக்குதுப்பா.
சார் ஆக்சுவலா வந்து நம்ம கிட்ட வந்து சர்வர் இருக்குல்ல சார், அதை வச்சு வந்து ஒரு ஐடி மாதிரி கிரியேட் பண்ண முடியுமா சார் லினக்ஸ் என்விரான்மெண்ட்டுக்கு?
என்ன பண்ணணும்?
ஐடி சார், இன்டெகிரேட்டட் டெவலப்மெண்ட் என்விரான்மெண்ட் சார். சம்திங் லைக் இப்போ நம்ம லேப் ஏதாவது பண்றோம்னு வச்சுக்கோங்க சார், நம்ம டேரக்டா எந்த சிஸ்டம்ல என்ன பண்ணிட்டு நமக்கு ஒரு லாகின் பாஸ்வேர்ட் தர்ற மாதிரி சார். நம்ம வந்து அங்கேயே ஸ்டோர் பண்ணிக்கலாம், அங்கேயே ரன் பண்ணிக்கலாம் எல்லா விதமான ப்ரோக்ராமிங் லாங்குவேஜஸையும். முடிச்சதுக்கு அப்புறம் வந்து டைரக்டா அங்கேயே டீச்சர்ஸுக்கு சப்மிட் பண்ணிடலாம், அந்த மாதிரி இது.
அது பண்ணலாம். ஏன்னா இப்போ அதுக்குமே டூல்ஸ், மல்டிபிள் டூல்ஸ் இருக்கு. அதை நீங்க எடுத்துட்டு கிளவுட்ல போட்டு கூட நீங்க பண்ணிக்கலாம். ஏன்னா பேக் எண்ட் ஸ்டோரேஜ் வந்து கிளவுட்ல இருக்கும், ஃப்ரண்ட் எண்ட் வந்து மல்டிபிள் ஐடிஸ் ஆக்சஸ் பண்ணிக்கலாம்.
அதான் சார், அந்த மாதிரி ஒரு ஐடியா இருக்குது சார். அதுக்கு நான் ட்ரை பண்ணி பார்க்கவா சார்? நம்ம பேர் ரிசோர்ஸ் யூஸ் பண்ணி, நம்ம காலேஜில் இருக்க ரிசோர்ஸ் யூஸ் பண்ணி.
இப்போ காலேஜ்ல இருக்க ரிசோர்ஸ் யூஸ் பண்ணி நீங்க ட்ரை பண்ணலாம்.
ஓகே சார், ஓகே சார். அதை நான் என்னன்னு சொல்லிட்டு இன்னும் கொஞ்சம் சர்ச் பண்ணி பார்த்து நம்ம காலேஜில் இருக்க ரிசோர்ஸ்ல இம்ப்ளிமெண்ட் பண்ண ட்ரை பண்ணுறேன் சார்.
ஓகே ஓகே, அதை பண்ணலாம்.
Any doubts? Where? Sweta, Pooja, Nandini, Prasanna. Hello, Pooja, Saranya. Hello. Yes, madam. Devi, madam.
Okay, sir. Okay, sir.
Yes, madam. Okay, thank
Wind
you.
up the session. Tyler, sir, thank you very much, sir. So I have given the brief introduction about what is cloud, the different service deployment, then the role of OpenStack components, then the different resource, the role of OpenStack contributors. So these things will be helpful for our students. So using this one, we have to develop more project in collaboration with CDAC. So we are expecting the same thing from you.
Yes, ma'am.
Thank you, sir. Thank you.
Well-
Sir. In the busy schedule, you have accepted our invitation and we have conducted this event. So we have to continue this one. Continuously, we have to conduct the events. Similarly, we have to do the practical session also, sir.
Yes,
Sir,
ma'am.
possible sir, next session on the possible practical oriented.
Yes, sir. நம்ம உங்க cloud, உங்க காலேஜ் cloud வந்து நம்ம அதை ஒரு தடவை நாங்க செக் பண்ணிடுறோம் சார். செக் பண்ணிட்டு ஃபுல்லா அப்டேட் அதை வச்சு அதுல இருந்து லேப்ல cloudல இருந்து நம்ம ஒரு செஷன் டெமோ செஷன் அண்ட் இது மாதிரி பண்ணிடலாம் சார்.
ஓகே, இதே மாதிரி செஷன் பகல் டைம்ல கொடுக்கலாமா சார்? உங்களுக்கு டைம் இருக்குமா நெக்ஸ்ட் வீக்?
நெக்ஸ்ட் வீக் ஓகே சார். நான் பிளான் பண்ணிக்கலாம் சார்.
டைம் பார்த்து சொல்லுங்க. ஓகே ஓகே.
So we have to utilize our resources in our college, so that is our main objective. We have to utilize the server and all these things. Okay, sir, we are expecting the same help from your side. Thank you very much, sir. Thank you.
But thank you, sir.
Okay, sir.
So thank you, sir. Thank you so much, sir.
Okay.
Thank you, sir.
Ma'am, the Devi madam feedback.
Yes, sir. Yes, students, I have posted the feedback form link in the chat box. So please fill this one. So all of you refer the feedback form. I have given the feedback form in the chat box.
Okay, ma'am. Romba thank you, ma'am. Successfully
Yes, sir.
completed, madam. Okay, ma'am. Where,
Okay.
ma'am? Podala, ma'am. Close pannilama, ma'am.
Okay, sir. Close panni.
Okay, sir.
Yes, students, fill this feedback form.
மேம் சேட் பாக்ஸ் ஆக்சசிபிலிட்டி இல்லை மேம், எங்களால் சேட் பாக்ஸ் யூஸ் பண்ண முடியாது மேம்.
Chat box இல்லையா?
ஆமாம் மேம்.
Okay, in your class group, I am sending the link.
We'll share the
Okay.
link in groups now.
அந்த கிளாஸ்லயே போட்டுறியா மேடம்? தேவி மேடம்?
Chat box எனக்கு செக்ஷன் 3 க்கு மட்டும் தான் ஆக்சஸ் இருக்கு சார். ரிமைனிங்க்கு
மேம் எல்லா கிளாஸ் குரூப்ல போட்டுறலாம் மேம். அப்படியே அதை எடுத்து அந்த லிங்க் எடுத்து அப்படியே கிளாஸ் குரூப்ல வாட்ஸ்அப் குரூப்ல போட்டுறலாம் மேம்.
நம்ம வாட்ஸ்அப் குரூப்ல போட்டு அந்த கோஆர்டினேட்டர் வந்து போட சொல்லுங்க மேடம்.
இல்ல செக்ஷன் 3 மட்டும் தான் இருக்குது. ஓகே, அனிதா நீங்க ஒரு செக்ஷன்ல போடுங்க அவங்களோட செக்ஷன்.
நான் செகண்ட் இயர் செக்ஷன் 2 போடுறேன் மேம். அதுல இருக்க
செகண்ட் இயர் செக்ஷன் 1ல நான் இருக்கேன். எனக்கு அனுப்புங்க, 1ல அனுப்புறேன் நானு.
ஓகே சும்மா மேடம். ஓகே ஓகே. ரொம்ப தேங்க் யூ மேடம் எல்லா ஸ்டாஃப்க்கும்.
ஓகே சார். ஓகே சார்.
தேங்க் யூ சும்மா மேடம்.
Thank you மேம்.
ஓகே மேம். லீவ் வைக்கலாமா மேடம்? தேவி மேடம்?
எஸ் சார்.
Thank you மேம்.
ஓகே ஓகே மேம்.
Thank you staff members. Thank you.
Thank you Devi ma'am.